Yo, what up? It's JSF, and if y'all been paying attention, you knew this video was coming because this is a major sticking point for me. It's something that always is gonna bother me. It's something that I think we always need to make a big fuss about. And I've said plenty of times while I was streaming on Twitch that I'm gonna make a video about this, and today is the day. So yo, what up? It's JSF. We gotta talk about the netcode in Mortal Kombat 1. Now look, people are always gonna say, oh, the game is fun if you talk about the issues with the game. Some of the issues that are just not like small issues, some of the major issues, like the player one advantage thing, which was a game breaking glitch and whatnot. Like some of the major issues, people will say, oh, well, at least the game is fun to play though. The game is so cool. Like I can just play in training mode for hours. I just love playing matches. Playing against people is great. The problem with that is playing this game online is not great. The netcode in this game is trash. And I don't even just mean, oh, the netcode isn't the great. I mean the netcode in this game is fucking ass. It's horrible. And it's inexcusably horrible. Like, I literally went back to Injustice 2 because I know what I know, right? But every now and then I try to refresh my mind and go, am I tweaking? Like, am I looking at this the wrong way? Is this like a recency, the opposite of a recency bias? Like, oh, it's because I see this in front of me now, though I think it's worse than what it is. And when I played Injustice 2, it felt better online. Now, to be fair, I didn't have, the sample size is smaller, right? I went for one night, played a few matches. I didn't play it for the hundreds of matches I played MK1 online. But I always believed the Injustice 2 netcode was better than MK11's netcode. And I mean, MK11's netcode wasn't good either, but the community wasn't ready for that conversation at the time. Like when I said Dragon Ball had better netcode than MK11, everybody tried to flame me, and I was like, just because you guys are like calling me a scrub doesn't mean I'm not right. And it doesn't even make me a scrub because I'm still better than y'all. But that's beside the point. This netcode is not only worse than Injustice 2's, it's worse than MK11's. This is the worst netcode in any modern fighting game, and it's not even close. Like, I would understand if it was like, oh, nah, but it feels good. Like no, this shit is bad. Like, there are some playable matches online, sure. And to be fair, I didn't buy KOF, so I don't know what that game's netcode feels like in my hands. But everything I've heard in every other fighting game, like I played Street Fighter 5, I played Street Fighter 6, I played Guilty Gear Strive, I played Dragon Ball, I play a ton of fighting games. Right? I play a ton of fighting games. I play even some smaller like indie fighting games and whatnot too, and their netcode is better than this shit. And the biggest thing for me is I don't think this is rollback netcode. I don't think anybody's gonna jump out the window and call it delay based netcode, but I do all the time because there's plenty of matches. I don't know if I have any that I'll show right now, but when I stream, it happens to me all the time where I play matches and the game is just pausing, freezing. Now, there was one dude I played against who I'm pretty sure was just lag switching because he was 40 ping wired and he had like 40 wins and one loss. And as soon as I started beating him, the game just started freezing. I was like, all right, he lag switching. But other than that, it's just a lot of bad connections. Sometimes the ping will be like 90 or something when we get connected, and it'll just be stuttery as hell. And it doesn't help. And I know this is part of the problem too, that a ton of Mortal Kombat players play on Wi-Fi. Like a absolute shit ton of Mortal Kombat players play on Wi-Fi. And I don't just mean casuals. If you're a casual, play however you want to play. I'm not judging y'all. I'm talking about people who play in ranked, like Combat League online. They can't play in tournaments, thankfully. And I make sure to let them know when they try to teabag and talk shit. I'm like, bro, you literally can't play in a tournament because your connection is shit. You're not allowed to. But a lot of them still do. And for those of y'all who don't understand, the issue is that the Wi-Fi makes the connection a lot more unstable. And unstable means more lag, more rollbacks, and just difficult for the other player to play against. I don't know what the fuck NetherRealm does with their netcode, or if every fighting game is like this, but typically when somebody's on Wi-Fi, it causes a lot of issues for the other player that isn't on Wi-Fi, which is some complete and utter bullshit too. So it's kind of a scummy thing to do. If you don't know what to do, if you're like, oh, I play on Wi-Fi, I don't mean to be a dick, like, I don't mean to be rude, I just don't know what to do. Just buy an Ethernet cable, bro. Go to Amazon, go to fucking Best Buy, go to Walmart, go to Target, probably to your local convenience store. You can buy an Ethernet cable for less than $10. I guarantee it. And all you do is plug it into your modem, your router, and then plug it into your console. You don't need to do shit. It's literally that simple. I'm aware that there are some people who play on Wi-Fi due to circumstance. Like, I used to live, a few years ago, I used to live in a unit, like an apartment unit connected to another apartment. And the fucking was connected to a house, but the modem and shit was in the house, so there was no way to, like other than drilling a hole in the fucking wall, there was no way to run the wire to my console. So I had to play on Wi-Fi for a little bit. It happens, I understand, but 99% of y'all are not in that circumstance. You're just not buying an Ethernet cable. Or you either want to lag people out, you either want to make the connection worse for other people, and then which makes you a scumbag, or you just don't know, right? You just don't know what to do, or you can't do something. But most of y'all buy a goddamn Ethernet cable if you want to play in ranked and shit. If you're just playing for fun, I don't really care. Do whatever you're doing. But I say that because this game's netcode is horrible enough as it is. I play against people all the time with wired connections, and it's still that bad. And something that I don't know if a lot of people noticed with this game is you can no longer put the connection quality on the screen. So in MK11, obviously it shows you the connection when you match up with somebody, but you also had settings where you could display the connection in bars, like 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, or ping, right? You can just get the actual number, and then you can display it in a match. You can choose to display the connection in mid-match if you wanted to or not, and it would show the ping go up to like 2,000 sometimes in fucking MK11. In this game, they took that option out. I fucking wonder why. I wonder why they don't want you to see what the quality of the connection is mid-match. I wonder why they don't want you to fucking know, right? It's because it's horrible, bro. This netcode is ass. It's not even remotely good. I don't think anybody is going to be praising this netcode other than people who don't play the game, right? Because after NetherRealm was one of the first big studios, quote unquote, to get rollback netcode, get GGVO, and put it, retrofit it into MKX, and everybody clap it up. We applauded. We were happy. The netcode got better. They did a beta for it. It was cool, man. It was cool. And, a lot of people loved MKX and for multiple reasons, but that was one reason. The online was a lot better. And then with Injustice 2, it felt like the online got it even more better. And then it's been downhill ever since. And again, the biggest issue with this overall is there are tournaments for this game. There are online tournaments for this game every week, almost every day. There's tons of online tournaments for this game. And the fucking official NetherRealm sanctioned Pro Series has a ton of online tournaments that they're working with. Like there's like 4, it's like Capcom Cup. It's like 4, I think, offline events. And then the rest is mostly online. And it's like, if the online is this horrible, like this is why I haven't played in a tournament for this game. And fuck BE, before you even get to that, fuck all that. I haven't even like taken this game seriously, like competing wise. I haven't I'll play it, and I'm good at fighting games, so I'm gonna make some progress. But I'm not like grinding out matchups, labbing everything, because like the game is still in a joke state, right? It's still in a beta state. This game is 100% in a beta state. It still has a shit ton of bugs, visual glitches. Like sometimes I do a throw with like Katana Cyrax and the camera just glitches the fuck out and goes the wrong way. Like in ranked matches that happens. Sometimes the audio just goes out in the middle of a ranked match. And I don't know if y'all are the same way. Some people are like this. I'm kind of like this. But I use audio cues a lot to help me out in a match. So when I can't hear, I'm at a disadvantage, right? Like even if I'm streaming, I usually have music playing. And then if I need to focus, or if I'm like, all right, I don't want to lose to this person, let me actually pay attention, I'll like mute the music in my ears, and like so I can actually focus, maybe turn the game audio up a little bit more so I can hear more clearly and pay more attention. So when the audio just randomly goes out in the middle of a match, it's like, bruh, this makes the timing of everything a little off. You know what I mean? So there's a ton of issues. The netcode is bad. The online experience is just bad too. Because like this game sold millions of copies, like we know that, right? It had millions of pre-orders before the beta. We know this game sold millions of copies, and it's just like I don't understand. The matchmaking is still bad. Like, why am I getting matched up against people 180 ping? Now, if it's over 150, you do get the option to decline, but the majority of matches that I play that are super laggy, I don't get. There's no option to decline. If the ping is under 150, when you get matched up, you gotta hold that shit, and it's a 1st to 3. So imagine playing like a 10-15 minute set, and yes, they do take that long. I played ranked sets that I've won 3-1 that took 14 minutes. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just takes that long. Imagine having to play against somebody that long and their connection is just dog shit. and there's nothing you can do about it. There's literally nothing you can do about it. Like, it's crazy. Like, the netcode in this game is a joke. It's laughably bad, and the online experience of the game is just not good. The online in general, right? Like, we've talked about the Kombat League first to three thing not being a great idea. The matchmaking, like, there are people with much lower ping that I can get matched up against, but for some reason the game is still, I'm pretty sure it's still doing that thing all the NetherRealm games do where they try to skill-based matchmake you in ranked, which is fucking stupid. Like, you can't skill-based matchmake in fighting games. You just can't do it. That's why you have a good rank system and you say, okay, you're the same rank as this person. You guys should play each other. Or this rank, his person's one rank below you, one rank above you, relatively the same amount of points. Y'all play each other, right? And that's pretty much the only way to do it, because fighting games are so matchup heavy that you can lose to somebody just because the matchup is lopsided, or you haven't learned the matchup yet, right? It doesn't mean they're a better player than you. Like, they can lose they can have a 30% win rate, you can have a 60% win rate, but they're playing Havoc, who's a character that's uncommon, and you've only fought like twice, and they're using shit that you don't know is plus. You don't know that string has a grab at the end of it, so you lose a couple of times, and then you have to lab it and figure it out. But the game will say, oh, your skill level is closer to this person since he beat you. And it's like, well, no, it's just the matchup in the character. But the problem is the people at NetherRealm don't play fighting games, and they don't understand the current landscape of fighting games, so they just throw shit in the game, take shit out of the game, and like, we as a community have to make a fuss about it. Like, I don't have a big enough platform or following to make a difference with this type of shit, but the more people that say stuff, the more people that speak out, the better chance we have of shit getting fixed, right? If we can get the whole community to complain about it, then we can get articles posted about it and companies talking about it, eventually they'll have to address it because it'll be a major negative connotation to their game, right? Even with MK11, it was very, very commercially successful, and even critically on release, like, it got good reviews. But eventually, the reputation of the game was that it wasn't fun, that it had a ton of issues, right? Not that it didn't work. MK11 actually, as a video game, as a packaged video game, is fine. It's just the worst competitive fighting game I've ever played, ever. Like, it's a joke as a competitive fighting game, but as a video game purchase, if you don't care about the competitive side of the game at all, then the game's fine. It's probably great. This game, as a video game package, is unacceptable. It's just as a package. As a competitive fighting game, it's also unacceptable because it has too many fucking bugs, too many glitches, and it's just very unbalanced. But a lot of fighting games are not balanced. That's not the end all be all to it. But it's just the issues, and then the online is horrible. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, it drives me insane that this is still, it's 2020 fucking 3, bro. We shouldn't be having this problem. Like, if I boot up Street Fighter, I'm gonna have better connection quality no matter what rank I play in. Well, if I play like against bronze and gold players, yeah, I'm gonna run into more rough connections. But if I play in any, like, if I'm in platinum or above, it's more or less gonna be smooth connections, save for one or two players. If I play this game, fucking the higher I get up in rank, the more connections get worse. And it's just not supposed to be like that, bro. It's just not. Like, in the netcode, it's just not. Like, here's another thing. I've said this before, I'm going to keep saying it. The measure of good netcode is not how your netcode performs in ideal situations. It's how your netcode performs in situations that are not ideal. So if you don't know what I mean by that is, if you want to say a game has good netcode, see how it feels when you play across the world. Let me play against somebody in Europe or in Japan. I remember when I played Leffen in the DNF Duel beta, right? Leffen lives in fucking Sweden. I'm in the Southern California region, right? And he was in Sweden, and we played DNF Duel in the beta, and that shit felt perfect. I was like, this is amazing. And DNF Duel is a shit game, but the netcode in that game is fire. It's amazing, right? And this game is just honestly DNF Duel, but that's a conversation in itself. But yeah, it just drives me nuts. There's no excuse, bro. Guilty Gear Strive's netcode shits on this. Street Fighter 6's netcode shits on this. Like, the Japanese developers didn't even get rollback until like 3 years ago. Not even 3 full years. Like 2 years ago, they got rollback, and they're already doing it better. And NetherRealm, y'all got that shit in 2016, 2015. Like, it's no excuse, bro. And we gotta make a fuss about it. It's too many online tournaments, and it drives me crazy because, like, I understand people playing in tournaments because there's money on the line. You want to make money. You want to get clout. I get it. And TOs, people want to run tournaments because you get viewership, you get donations, you get, like, it's all about the money at the end of the day. So I'm not mad at people for running or competing in tournaments for this game, but y'all were running tournaments for this game while player one advantage was in the game. Like, that's crazy, you know what I mean? Like, it had a game-breaking bug in the game that you can't turn off, and y'all were still running tournaments for the game. To me, that's nuts. That's insane. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not judging anybody because I understand why. But anyway, I don't want to rant about this shit forever, but just know, and everybody needs to know, I think MK Tom Brady is the only person I see make a video about the all nine in this game. And like, the only person. Like, as a community, we got to be like, yo, this netcode is garbage and it's unacceptable. Because nobody's going to say it because people were just, oh, we're happy we have a game. At least we have a game. Fuck that. We paid for this. I don't believe in being happy to be here, being, at least we got something. Nah, bruh. That's never my mindset. I paid for this shit. I want quality. Street Fighter 6 was cheaper than this, and that's much better quality of a game. 100%. It's night and day. Like, I don't even, I'm not going to get into that. But if you think this game is a better fighting game, fuck what you like. I'm not talking about what you like more. If you think this game is a better video game or better fighting game than Street Fighter 6, you're delusional. But anyway, like I said, hopefully they fix this game. I believe that they're not going to patch this shit till after ECT. So hopefully right after ECT we get a big patch that fixes a lot of shit, changes a lot of shit. But yeah, if y'all want this game to be better, do me a favor and just complain about the netcode as much as possible. We need to push the narrative because this netcode is shit. And it's not a lie. It's not no shit I'm making up. It sucks. And we need everybody to know it sucks. And we need everybody to say it sucks. That's the only chance we have of it getting fixed. Like, closed mouth don't get fed. But anyway. I hate this game. Nah, this game is fun to play, but it sucks. It does suck. Like, it sucks. It's fun to play, but it sucks. And it's not fun to play online because the netcode sucks too. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Y'all stay safe. JSF, I'm outie. Peace.